How to ace CAS. Now we're looking at each slot differently. What you need to do as far as slot 1 is concerned, slot 2 is concerned, and slot 3 is concerned. So we'll look at each slot and try to give you instructions as to what you're supposed to do so that you can be well prepared for your CAT exam. Right, which is better? I mean, technically each slot has its own advantage, disadvantage. So don't think one slot is better over the other. Okay, so just go with the open mind. You've got first slot, second slot, third slot. Just ensure that whatever you've got, just do your best in that slot. Slot 1 is normally better for students who can keep their calm. For students who normally easily panic, slot 1 is tricky because if they tend to panic, well, you can easily panic in slot 1 because you've not got reviews from any of the previous CAT. There's a lot of the social media posts which just confuses you. They try to predict a paper and that creates a problem in the exam because the paper is not as per the prediction that you had heard before. You tend to panic. So most students end up panicking in the exam. They're not able to adapt as there is even if there is a small change. Suppose the paper is a little bit more difficult, okay, and then they panic. If the paper is easier, much easier, still they panic. So technically people tend to panic in the first slot sometime. But yes, for students who can work under these conditions, who can be relaxed, they tend to have a major advantage because overall the average score tends to go down, but if you relax, you tend to perform better than the others as such. So the key in slot 1 is to be relaxed. So remain calm during the exam. If something not going as per plan, which is most likely, I mean there's high chance, go with open mind saying that there will be things that will not go as per plan. So take a small break and replan the paper. Okay, understand the paper is same for everyone. If it is tough for you, it's tough for everyone and vice versa. So don't think it's very different and come under stress if something is not working as per plan. As a matter of fact, if it's not working as per plan, it's not working as per plan for everyone. So as long as you're calm, you should do better. As slot 2, they have some time after the slot 1 and before they go for the slot 2 slot. So my suggestion is go through the analysis of slot 1, but don't go in detail question by question because that could create additional stress. Okay, so the analysis should basically ensure that you get from more than one sources the slot because it can be biased. Okay, and ensure and understand that whatever you get, the analysis is not completely reliable because it's from a short period. So people who come, they normally give you a first reaction. And they may not be correct, purely correct, because some person may come and say, okay, the exam is tough, but some person may come out and say exam is difficult. I mean, this is what happened. Once I went for the examination hall, slot 2, and the slot 1 people came out, and one person said, oh, the paper is very easy, etc. And immediately we met after 2 minutes, one more person, oh, paper is very tough. Now, whom to believe? And we know that both were not lying, both were saying the truth, but their own perspective. So understand that it's not completely. Therefore, it's important to get reviews from more than one paper. Okay. It ensure that you go to the analysis, and the analysis should be something which is based on the overall pattern than individual questions. Problem is most students do not even look at the analysis and that they come under pressure if there is a surprise in the exam. So my suggestion is just go through, not detail, but at least what the analysis is. So students who can know the analysis but keep the open mind have an advantage out here. You know the analysis of the paper. And without trying to predict the paper, go in the exam with the open mind, you will definitely have an advantage. So try as far as possible keeping open mind. So try to talk to students on slot 1, ideally more than one so that you don't have a bias. You can look at the online videos if you want. Focus more on pattern. I'll come up with a video after slot 1, slot 2 regarding the analysis. You can look at that. Focus more on the pattern of the paper rather than the cutoffs and difficulty level. You need to look at pattern. In terms of, okay, were there 20 questions or 22 questions of DLR, 4 sets or 5 sets of DLR, different things as to was there something completely new in the DLR sets. For example, there was one of the exam where a 4 variable Venn diagram came in first slot and it was repeated in the third slot. Well, not the same question, obviously different, but the logic or the concept was repeat. So you can just look at general pattern. Don't focus on the cutoffs or difficulty level of the paper. I mean, can get an idea of it, but don't completely focus because the paper could be different for it. The difficulty level could vary a bit for different slots. Ensure that you go in the exam with an open mind without being influenced too much by the analysis. You should know the analysis, specifically if there is something different. Okay, again, I'll tell you one more difference. In one of the examination, there was one symbol which was misinterpreted, written wrongly, and that was there in 4 or 5 questions in the max section. And this was true of slot 1, slot 2, slot 3. So slot 1 people took a little bit extra time to understand that symbol. So people who got a review from slot 1 saying that this symbol is written a little incorrectly were able to interpret it quickly and was able to solve, and that helped to get review. So anything different, please get the review of it. Slot 3, you can look at the detailed analysis of slot 1 and maybe some analysis of slot 2. Remember, the same questions will not be asked, but ensure that the analysis is reliable. I mean, try to get information from multiple sources. This slot is ideal for students who do not like surprises. I mean, you want, because technically slot 3, you already have the idea of what a slot 1 is, and you will have some idea of slot 2, so you can go. But ensure that you are still open to change, because it's not necessarily slot 3 difficulty level could be same as slot 1, slot 2. Pattern will be similar, but difficulty level could vary a bit. So be open with regards to idea, with regards to each, what the paper is all about. So go to your analysis of previous slot. Focus more on the pattern of the paper and the type of question. Okay, in case there is any surprise or new type of question that will come in. Okay, like last year fill in the blank certainly came in, so you should know the surprise questions. Can go to the questions from slot 1 to check if there are any concepts that you don't know, or you can maybe review. But don't rely too much on it, because the moment you start trying to rely too much on slot 1, your mind will be cluttered with questions of slot 1, which could affect your slot 3. Questions will not be repeated, so even if you go to the questions of slot 1, don't think the same questions or similar questions will be asked as such. Two topics could be repeated as such. Plan the paper but be open to change. So based on your analysis of 1 and 2, you can plan the paper, but go with the open mind again and be open to change as far as possible. Right. We do have courses after CAT. If you're interested, you can contact us. All the best for the examination.